Welcome back, guys. So now let's work on the on these English shirts. Okay, I think I'm going to freeze everything else and then do a little more work on the collar. Freeze everything else. Okay. I think I will just pin. That's way too high. That's way too high. Let me just run the simulation again. Kind of tilt this way. It does not seem to be relaxing at all. Let's see if we can use another material for this. Let me create another material, another fabric for this. Name this collar. So I'll drag and drop this in here. Probably give this a darker shade. So selecting the fabric, I'm going to give this a darker shade. Maybe not too dark. Somewhere around here should be fine. Then for the presets, let's try this silk chiffon. So run a simulation for this. I think that makes it feel more relaxed. I don't know what will happen when I extend this. Extend this out a bit more. Then I'll run a simulation for this. Let's see what we have. Probably a bit too much. It's probably a bit too much. Run a simulation again. Okay. So this one around here should be fine. Let's pull that out. Alright, I think this will work just fine. So I'm going to select all of this now and export this out. So I go to File, Export, OBJ selected. Okay. Let me just rename this to English shirts. Scene, world, single objects, unified view. That's fine. That's fine also. Believe everything is fine. So I'll click OK. Alright, so back in Maya. Let me do a quick save for this first. Then I'll just create, let me select these two. And I'll just create I'll put them in a folder or in a group. I'll name this garments done. Okay, so this, let me see what this is. Yeah, this is the original. This doesn't have thickness, there's no thickness. This is the original. This is the original mesh. So everything that has to do with the original mesh, I'll put them in a folder also. I'll delete by type history. I guess I will not be needing all of this, I believe. Let me just delete that. Then Ctrl H to hide that group. Let me Ctrl H to hide everything. Okay. Let me just name this to garments Retopo base. Right, then I'll hide that also. So now I can bring in the OBJ of the English shirts. Just drag and drop this in here. Okay. Ctrl S to save. Just making sure everything is saved. Make sure there are no flipped normals. Everything looks fine. Yeah, this looks fine. Okay. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to select this piece. I'll do a duplicate for this. This is the original. Let me just name this English shirt also. I don't know why when I duplicate this, it does not take the naming convention with it. Okay, so I'm going to temporarily hide this and work with this. Do a quick save again in case there's any crashes in here, and then just duplicate the file itself. This is the file, so I'm just going to hold Ctrl and drag this out to make a duplicate of it. Okay, so now let's use the plugin in here. Let me just collapse. This. So with the mesh selected, make sure I'm on attribute editor. Let me put this around here. So basically the same process. Copy this and paste this in the mouse scripts. Hopefully this doesn't crash. Hit enter on this. Great. So now we finally have something in here now, which we still need to kind of modify a bit more. We need to modify this pretty much, and even take down the poly count for this a bit more. So let me just do a quick save for this, just to make sure when this crashes again I still have this in here. Make more space in here also. So first I'm going to do is to take this base density down. Yes, let me try something around 0.7. Okay, that did not make it crash, which is fine. Yeah, that's fine. Now I'll do a quick save again for this, just to keep this. Then relax distance, I'll put this to 200. Okay. The back seems fine, but the front, not so sure about the front though. Seems to be a lot of gaps in here. There are definitely a lot of gaps in here. It's not really doing a great job for this. It's not doing a great job for this front piece. Let's see if I can repeat, if I should repeat the same process on the backup we had. Maybe that would fix something. Maybe that might make the fronts a bit better than it is right now. Okay, so I've tried a few techniques to kind of get this piece on the left hand side to kind of take some better topology around this with the plugin, but it does not seem to be working. So I want to kind of try a slightly different approach for this. Let me delete every other thing that I don't need. So I'm going to be trying a different approach. So I'm guessing the reason why we're not getting proper topology on this is because of how it was simulated. So I'm going to try and help the simulation a bit more and see if using the plugin can kind of help fix some of the issues we are having in here. Okay, so I'll go back to Marvelous Designer, and then I'll try to, let's see if we can fix some of the issues here. So for one, I will start by not making this too rounded at the bottom. So let's start by fixing that. So let me select this. Now I'll use the edit curvature tool, kind of more or less like try to straighten this out a bit more. Okay. Let me make sure just these two and the pocket is simulating. Probably add, let me just do just this two front piece first. Before I do that, let me make a backup of this MD file just to be on the safe side. So this is the shirts, African male shirt MD. So hold Control and drag this out. Just create a backup for this. So I'm going to activate this. Okay. And run this simulation again. Probably drag this out a bit more. Okay. Let me see if I can eliminate. Let me see if I can remove this curve point. Let me try removing this curve point. Let's see what happens when I remove that curve point. So we're having something more or less like so, which to some extent is too sharp. So now I'm going to bring that curve point back. And I'm going to adjust the angle for this. So I'm going to push this no, probably select this and then push this up a bit higher like so. Make some adjustments to this, more or less like trying to straighten it out, to help our plugin do a better job in there. Okay. I think I would adjust this in a bit more again. Okay. And I'll run the simulation for this. Let me get this to feel more straight. Try to eliminate the contour we have in there. I think I'll need to unfreeze the pockets. Then run the simulation again. Just trying to get something a bit straight out of this. Let me push this something like so. Okay, pause the simulation for this. May just keep pushing and pulling this until I have a better result in here. I'll freeze this left side. I don't want to be pulling out way too much. Okay. Okay, let's probably try this. Let me freeze this other side. I think I'll need to unfreeze this and run the simulation again. I need something more relaxed. Maybe I should even change the material for this. Let me change not let's try something around silk chiffon. Okay. Oh yeah, I need to run simulation for this first. So that seems to relax the garment a bit even more. Yes, this feels a bit better. So I'm going to activate the other side also. Yes. I'm hoping this should kind of help us fix the issue we're having. So I think I like the way this is. So I'm going to do a quick save for this. Then export all of this out again and then try the plugin again. Hopefully that gives us a better result. Export selected. Let me just name this to new. Thin weld. I think everything else should be fine. So back in here, let me hide all of this and then re-import this back again. Okay, so I went out of solo mode to kind of bring this back. So I'm kind of hoping this should work better. So let me just do a quick save for this. Hopefully this doesn't crash. Awesome, exactly what we need. This is more or less precisely what we need. So you can see how we kind of adjusted the simulation a bit more and then changed the material, and that helped this plugin do an even better job trying to then getting this topology to feel much better. This is fine, this is completely fine, we can work with this finally. So let me just do a quick save just to keep this without losing this. Maybe do a quick save again just to be on the safe side. Let me darken. Probably need to give this a different material. I need to darken this a bit more so you can actually see the topology on it a bit properly. But something like this should be fine. Let me just do a quick save again and do a backup save in here just to be on the safe side. So the plugin is not perfect. You still need to kind of do some manual work to kind of help the plugin do more or less like a better job on this. So back to the plugin now. Jquad. I need to take this down to around 0.7. Hopefully this doesn't crash. Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, awesome. Did not crash. Whew, thank goodness. So now I'm going to do a quick save for this again. Then the relax distance will be at 200. Awesome, it did not crash again. This is completely fine. I think to some extent I can live with this. I think to some extent this should work. This should work just fine. Yeah, this should work just fine. Alright. It's not completely perfect though, but to some extent I think we can actually live with this. I can definitely go in there and then begin to do something like selecting each, going like in a loop, selecting each loop either vertically or horizontally, and deleting most of that just to reduce the poly count on this. Like for example, going in here like this, leaving one gap distance, then control delete for this just to reduce the poly count on this a bit more. You can actually do that if you want to, just to reduce the poly count. But bearing in mind that you might need to go all around this and then do that for pretty much most of the areas whereby you notice that there are just too many poly counts in there. So that would be at least one way of kind of reducing the poly count for the mesh. The poly count for the mesh, but still keeping most of the details we have in there. But I think I could probably do that though. Just to reduce the overall poly count for the entire thing. We are on a poly count of 5, let's say more or less approximately 6,000 faces. So if we're doing an extrude for this, that should kind of double to more or less like 12 to 11,000 faces. This for a personal piece. This should be fine. This for a personal piece, but for optimization purposes, probably if you'll be needing this for a game engine or for a production ready pipeline for a game engine, you definitely need to reduce this poly count by a lot. You definitely need to reduce this poly count by a lot. But I think for now, it feels a bit much though. Feels a bit much. But for now, I'm just going to leave this. I believe my PC can handle this. For a portfolio piece, my PC can definitely handle it. But at least I've shown you guys a way to kind of reduce this even more. And see reduce this even more. Or maybe just to be on the safe side, I'm going to select this and do a duplicate for this. I'll keep the original. Then I can just reduce the polygon for this just the way I showed you guys. So let me just do that. And then see if we can actually manage. Let's see if we can actually manage this properly. So it's going to be a bit time consuming, but compared to doing the topology by hand, I think this is a fair way to go using this plugin. Just going to think somewhere around here. I think that's where our same line. Our same line should be this. So Control Delete for that. Okay. So pretty much do the same thing at the other side. Okay. Okay. For this, I can pretty much leave this as it is. I can pretty much leave that as it is. Maybe in here. That's losing too much. I don't want to lose too much. Yeah, I don't want to lose too much for this. Delete for that. For the arms, I think, okay. This doesn't connect all the way to this. Okay. Seem to have lost that. Control delete for this. And we're probably losing way too much though. Probably losing way too much. Yeah, and then I'll keep that as it is. I'll keep that as it is. Maybe I'll just do this for the sleeves instead. I still want to maintain some high fidelity in here, so I'll need more of these polygons kind of maintain that deformation shape on our model. Okay. Yeah, I think something like this should be fine. You just need to repeat this for the other side. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually use this. I think I'm going to actually use this as my main mesh for this t-shirts. You can pretty much do the same for the other parts of the model though if you want to. But I think for those other parts I'll just leave them as it is. If I feel maybe they are still too much, I can always come back and repeat this step. But mind you, you don't want to repeat this step before you move this to ZBrush. You don't want to do that. So anything you want to do now for the topology, try and get it out of the way now while you're in ZBrush before importing this back to while you're in Maya before importing this back to or into ZBrush. So for the other ones that have given thickness, I'll leave them as they are. I'm basically just trying to show you guys different techniques of how I would approach it. But it's completely up to you, and then the production pipeline you guys are using for your finished projects. Yeah, this one is kind of important. This one is very important. It's quite important. I think the spacing at the top part is better than the one down here. So I'm going to undo. I think all the way here should be fine. And I'll delete. All the way here should be fine. Let's see. The spacing. I need to do. Oh, I made a mistake in here. Probably need to average some of this out. Most of this down here looks okay, almost similar to what we have in here, but probably need to average this out. Let me just delete some of this first before I kind of average them out. Oh, no, the spacing for the top part is way too much. It's just way too much. The part where we have issue for the spacing is just in here. It's more or less in here. So let's try to average that out. So I'm going to use the constraint. Let me do a quick save for this. And go to modeling standard. So I'm going to use the probably edge slide for this, and go to the move tool and kind of average this in here. That's moving way too much. Let's try surface slide instead. I think edge slide is better. But just moving way too much. Maybe keep this. And add a new one around a new one around here. Try to average this down. Okay. Yeah, I think this should be fine. It feels a bit more averaged out now. So this should be fine. This will work just fine, okay? Do a quick save for this. So now we can add some level of thickness to this. Let me just do an auto smooth for this and let's see what that gives us. So I'm doing an auto smooth, so I'm just checking the edges. I might need to adjust some of all these edges later. Alright, this is just jumping now. This is jumping way up. So issues we need to fix in terms of this constraint. Just try to average this average this back down. So these are issues I will need to fix before adding thickness to this. Though I could pretty much do this in ZBrush, but let's just try and get this as close as possible in here before moving to ZBrush. Before using the high poly version of this, shouldn't be too much of an issue because everything is already more or less in there. But for this, if we're using the poly count, then we need to do some manual work to get this to look right. Okay, so let me pull out this. Yes, let's add some thickness to this. I'll do a quick save. Let me just do one more duplicate for this, just to be on the safe side. We're going to be using the custom plugin. So let it select it for the low. So let's select it for the high also. 0 subdivision level. Version 6 should be just fine for this. Give them offset no. Do a quick save. Then click on create mesh. Oh man. Now we have another issue to deal with. Now we have another issue to deal with. Let me check our UVs for this. And just do a quick layout. Let's try this again. Okay, so it looks better now. So you're having something better now to work with. Let me just isolate that piece. I guess fixing the UVs was the solution to it, so that's fine. Let's do an auto smooth on this. Let's see what we have when we do auto smooth on this. Yeah, I've already seen some issues here, but that's fine. I'm going to fix that in ZBrush. Just trying to make sure if this is floating out, that's fine. We'll fix that in ZBrush also. Just trying to make sure if the thickness is the right amount we need. Probably way too much. I'm guessing this is way too much. That feels way too much. So I'm going to use something around 4. Somewhere around 4 should be the lucky number, I guess. So I select this again. Let's see. Do an auto smooth on this. This is just way too thin. This is way too thin. Yeah, this is definitely too thin. Okay, let's see, maybe a value of 0.55. Let me do that 0 and add another 5 to this. And click on create. Maybe this should be our lucky number. Let me isolate this again. Do an auto smooth on this. On the side view, this feels a bit too thin. The color seems fine though. I think this color will definitely work. I might just have to keep this the way it is, and then any other correction to this, I'll just do probably select individual parts and then just do like an inflate inside of ZBrush. I think I'll just do that instead. But I think this should be fine. Yeah, this should be fine. Yeah, this should definitely be fine. So let me just do a quick save for this. This will definitely be fine. This will work just fine. Let me close this and name this English shirt main. Okay. Now just drag this into the garment done. So that will be pretty much everything. So let me review everything that's inside. Let me just review this. So you have the hoodie, the trousers, and the English shirts, which in the next tutorial we're going to be importing to ZBrush and then making some more. Oh, I missed one thing, the UVs. Yes, the UVs. I missed one thing, the UVs. Let's just fix that really quick. Let's fix that really quick. Okay, so let me just fix this UV issue. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. I think I've shown you guys how to fix it already. So let me just do a quick fix for this. So I'm going to be selecting all the frontal parts of these UVs that is overlapping. So I'll select all of this. Okay, so selecting the front faces, basically the same process like the last time. Let me just close this so I have more space in here and expand this a bit more. Then I think I can move this out of the way. Then let me just move this out of the way like so, and I'll do an unfold for this. Yeah, obviously it's kind of mess up the orientation, but that's completely fine. Let's just quickly fix that. So I'll just orient this. Then do a rotation for this. Let me go to transform and then rotate. Now that's way too much. So I need to do this by hand. Okay, so I'm going to rotate this like so. I think this should be fine. These pockets, I need to orient them also. Orient this also. Where is this supposed to be? Okay, this piece. So I need to rotate it this way. Then the pockets. Let me orient this also. Then rotate this way. Select this and orient this also. Then rotate it this way. This is also messed up. Most of the UVs here are also messed up. So the UVs here are messed up. You probably select everything and do an unfold for this. Okay, then basically the same process. I'll orient this way. I need to rotate this. I need to rotate this like so. Then I'll do an orient. No, I think I hit the wrong key. Since I have hit the wrong key, okay. Select all of this. I'll orient this way. Select all of this, orient them. I don't think I'm going to be straightening. I don't think I'm going to straighten this. Since everything looks fine now, I don't think I'm going to be straightening anything else. So I'll just do a layout for this. Now check. Then I'll check. Then I'll just use checker pattern for this to check the directionality of this to make sure everything is working correctly as it should. This one was not oriented properly, so I need to orient this again. I need to flip. We need to flip this vertically. Yeah, like so should be fine. This is already overlapping though, so I'm going to run this again. I'm going to do a layout again for this. So this seems fine. This should be fine. Yeah, this seems fine. So if I should use the if I use the textures and checker pattern, checker map on this, you can see how everything flows more or less in the same angle. Like it just straight down. This is exactly what we want. So this is fine. So I'm going to save this and leave this as it is. Then it should be fine for now. Everything seems fine. So in the next lesson, we're going to be exporting this to ZBrush and begin to make some modifications on it. I'll see you guys in the next lesson.